Hey everyone, this is Michael with the general reading intended for Leo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of November 2020. I do hope that this video finds you well and in good spirits. I'm going to be completely honest with all of you, the astrology for the next couple months is not messing around. I do like to incorporate the astrology into these tarot readings. I actually have a blog post down below that will list out all the dates for the aspects and transits I'm going to be referencing, so you don't have to remember anything. It's all available to you, as well as links for personal readings and Reiki sessions. I am going to be taking some time off this month. I haven't quite figured out for how long or when exactly, so I may or may not be available, but it never hurts to check. And all of that information is available for when I do come back, so it's really going to just depend on when you are watching this video. I actually just want to start pulling some cards for you, Leo. We'll see what kind of comes up, and we'll be referencing the astrology throughout the reading. This is a general reading, meaning not all the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you specifically. And that's totally fine if this video doesn't resonate. It's not meant to be for everybody. It's just meant to be for the people who need to hear these messages the most, or the largest collective watching this at this time. You're welcome to look at the videos for your moon, rising, or Venus sign, however. There may be a message that is available for you there that just doesn't come up in this video. So we already have several cards that have come out here. We have the King of Wands, which actually feels a bit like your energy, Leo. You're kind of coming in very strong in your own reading. We do also have the Eight of Swords with the Knight of Coins and the Two of Cups here. Some of you are actually feeling kind of hung up on a relationship or feeling stuck in a relationship. I could potentially see that. This could also be talking about a commitment with the Two of Cups here. And I could very well see an earth sign, so that could be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. We could also be dealing with another fire sign, so an Aries, another Leo, or Sagittarius. And we even have the star energy here, which could be Aquarian energy, so there's just a lot of things at play here. And it feels like this is actually interesting. The Two of Cups with the Eight of Swords and the King of Coins. I feel like as this King of Wands, you want things to happen quickly, and you want things to be happening smoothly. And with the Eight of Swords, it can feel like there's a lot of hang-ups, or things are feeling a little bit stuck in your life. Especially if you are dealing with another person, things might be going very slowly. That could be making you feel a bit anxious. But honestly, Leo, I almost get the feeling you don't want to be tied down to things. And maybe that's not even relationships to specific people. It could be work obligations. It could just be any number of things. You don't want to feel too overwhelmed, because I feel like you might be tending towards feeling stuck with this Eight of Swords. And looking at the astrology, we did just have a full moon in Taurus yesterday on October 31st, which is your 10th house, your house of career. And there may have been a big shakeup in terms of work, or a culmination of things with work, because full moons represent completion. They represent things coming full circle. And there may be some sort of, I almost want to call it a rude awakening, because Uranus is also in Taurus. That was very close to this full moon, and Uranus is known as the Great Awakener. Taurus actually does represent our sense of stability and our security, and that has just been shaken up all throughout this year in pretty obvious ways, I think, for a lot of people. And it's really causing us to rethink our world and rethink the way that we work with finance and with assets. But for you specifically, this is affecting career this month. And we also do have this Mercury stationing direct on November 3rd. So with this full moon conjunct the Uranus in Taurus, plus Mercury going direct in the sign of Libra. There is a lot of information that could be flooding you in the first half of the month, or maybe even longer, to be totally honest. I think of these Mercury direct stations as almost the catch-up phase. When Mercury goes retrograde, it's really easy for things to kind of slip under our radar, to not read the fine print, and it's almost like when it goes direct, that's when we kind of get hit with all these things and we're like, oh, I have to go back, or I have to redo these things, or it's almost like when we're finally dealing with the chaos, we know what has gone on that we didn't take care of. And it's interesting, I have noticed for the past year, with the past 2 Mercury retrogrades, when they station direct, there's been a lot of lockdowns. And that's kind of dependent on where you are going to be in the world. I would not be surprised at all if we see more lockdowns this month, or more quarantines. It is just going to depend on where you are geographically, where you're tuning in from, but that's just something to be aware of, especially with Mars being retrograde as well. That's going to be continuing until November 14th, and that's going to also be slowing things down, maybe making people a bit irritable and a bit agitated. I honestly, like, a lot of people are just not going to be at their best this month. I'm going to be real. So be aware of that in yourself. Be aware of that in the people around you. There's just going to be a lot of tension and maybe conflict that is just coming to the surface. And there's only so much you're going to be able to change when you're in the heat of the moment. You might need to just pull back, kind of recompose yourself or compose yourself, and then wait for the moment to kind of come back in, have a conversation with somebody, just things to be aware of. But I feel like you're just feeling stuck here with this 8 of Swords. And if there is someone who's very close to you, someone who's on your heart, things could be going very slowly, or even feel like they have stagnated a little bit with this 8 of Swords. You do have the star here, though. This is showing up in your mind, in your communication. So again, you could be communicating with an Aquarius, but let's kind of clarify. Why is the star here on the table? There is a need to bring healing, and I think it's important for you to follow your North Star, for you to figure out what's really important to you and how you can possibly communicate that or serve that. The Fool. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of Uranian energy here, actually, because the Fool traditionally does represent Uranus. There is this spiritual wake-up call, and it's almost like you're trying to wait for somebody else to do something with you. Honestly, Leo, it feels like you're stepping up for yourself this month, because something is kind of at a standstill right now. Not so sure what's going on, to be completely honest with you. It doesn't feel like the relationship is crumbling or anything like that. It could be being tested right now, but it doesn't necessarily give me the sense that it's deeply in trouble. It's more like you're just figuring out how you can go forward for yourself, because something isn't moving very smoothly here right now. You're showing up right here as this King of Wands. What else should we be focusing on? Some of you need to really follow like your intuition or a calling. That's too many. Let's try again. What are the messages for Leo? Show me clearly. There we go. The 6 of Coins. Interesting. You might potentially be asking for help from somebody, and that's actually the thing that's kind of keeping you stuck. You feel like you need somebody else's help, or you need somebody else's permission before you can do something. And depending on your situation, that may or may not be true. But I definitely see this desire to jump towards something. You have this intuition, you have this clear knowing, and maybe this other person is a little doubtful, who you're trying to work with. What is the Six of Coins about? Ace of Wands and the Seven of Coins in reverse. Interesting. I feel like someone is actually asking you for help, and maybe asking you for money, or some sort of assistance in the first half of the month. You do have this Ace of Wands here though, so there is this new beginning, or there is this passion that's here. Maybe some of you are actually spending time doing volunteer work, or just supporting people in whatever way you can. I think some of you might actually be working on an investment. That could be financial, it could be emotional, or personal. Trying to figure out your future. And like, there is a clear sense of it with the star here, or just this knowing of what you want to do, but you might not be able to do it in the first half of this month, or it's feeling stuck. You're feeling like things are going pretty slowly. In your personal life anyways. Or that you might feel like someone else is dragging their heels while you're trying to get something going here. Let's pull an animal card. Interesting, the bat. Some of you might be considering ending something with somebody. Maybe if it's not going as quickly as you would like it to. Let's pull another animal card just to kind of clarify this. But again, it's like this sonar. You have a sense of something here. I'm thinking of the star. It's like you have this echolocation. Even though you can't physically see it, you can feel it, you can hear it. Perceiving something that is there that you cannot see, or that you cannot yet sense. The camel card, bringing balance to a situation, because camel is a fire animal, as indicated with this alchemical symbol for fire, but it does also have this wellspring within. There's a lot of healing work that you're going to be doing, and maybe that's the thing you're offering other people. It could just be you offering emotional healing or a listening ear, but maybe there's something that doesn't quite feel very balanced. Or maybe there's still something that just feels stuck. It feels a little stagnant. And I actually do wonder if some of you are planning a trip, specifically a spiritual journey. It could be some sort of like retreat or spiritual retreat. That's coming in for some of you with the star and the fool and the camel. So let's see where all of this is going. Where is all of this leading? And we do have a new moon right in the middle of the month. We have a lot of things happening in the middle of the month. Mercury will be going direct, and that's going to be in the sign of Libra. Where does that land for you? That is your third house. So there really could be a lot of messages that are kind of coming in again. And it might feel like your plans, your short-term plans are suddenly changing. And you need to adjust. There is also some new energy coming into your home or your family, or kind of an opportunity to heal those things with the new moon in Scorpio. And it is just kind of an intense lunar energy in general, to be honest with you. New moons are a great time to set intentions, though, and to start new things. So you could be working on building a better home for yourself, or working on your family relationships. We do have, the Lovers. We also have the Ten of Cups. This is all about the happy home. This really could be talking about a relationship for some of you, this slow progress. And again, It's not going to be the same message for everybody. Wow, yeah, you're coming into a lot of stability with this Ace of Coins here. And this could be representing a long-term commitment with somebody else, or planting the seed for this happy home. Because to be honest with you, it seems like kind of a jump to be going from where you were in the first half of November all the way to the 10 of Cups in the second half of the month. But I feel like you are building something. There is this harmony. There is this healing or offering that is being made. It could also be someone that you love or care for helping you out, handing you this Ace of Pentacles. Maybe there is something to do with inheritance or just a gift of money. I'm getting that for some of you for some reason. But this is really interesting. It feels like there is this love connection that is either strengthening or you are making some sort of long-term commitment. And it could just be you committing to your own happiness as well. I actually could see that for some of you. You have a choice to make with the Lovers card here. You have to commit to something, and you are committing to this vision of your happiness with the 10 of Cups. And you are making strides towards it with the Ace of Coins. But I feel like either way, you're making very positive changes towards the end of the month, which is really, really nice to see. I do feel like with this lunar eclipse, that's going to be happening in Gemini. Where is that for you? That is your 11th house. I was kind of feeling like for some of you, there is this thing with maybe kind of culling your friendship circles a little bit. I don't know where that was coming from earlier. I didn't really see it in the cards. Some of you might be ending friendships with certain people. We do have Gemini energy. We had all of those energies before. I'm not even really getting a sign for that, to be completely honest, like an astrological sign. I think it's more just something is happening in your friend circles, or something is happening in your social networks where you're kind of clearing out the clutter, if that makes any sense. And honestly, that's going to be playing well into December as well. It might not even be something that's all happening in November. These are just kind of the themes that are coming to the forefront here. And there's been kind of this recurring theme of people being really anxious in the first half of November because things are taking longer than they were expecting them to, and it's making them really nervous. I do feel like even though things are a little slower than you want them to, it is picking up for you, Leo, towards the end of the month. Is there anything else I am missing here? Sorry, I had half the deck fall while shuffling. Is there anything else for Leo? Is there anything we should clarify? Is there anything we should clarify? The Temperance card did just flash out, which is patience. It is divine timing. That is kind of the thing with Campbell as well. I think of that balance. Finding the fire in water, or the water in fire, finding the yin and the yang, that sort of thing. 4 of Cups. I almost feel like some of you aren't expecting this. You feel like something is going one way, and then all of a sudden it completely turns into your favor. There could be an offer that someone is trying to make to you, however, that you are either overlooking or you're not noticing, because with this 4 of Cups, it's like there's this apple hanging over your head. This sweet thing. So keep your mind open, keep your heart open, even if it feels like there's something that's stuck here. Anything else for my Leos? Anything else? Is it this one? Queen of Chalices. So this could be involving a water sign as well. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. it just feels like there's a lot of emotional conversations that are happening that are actually very positive. You're kind of getting to the heart of a matter here, or really even working past that, and it's almost like you might feel kind of stuck in the day-to-day, or the way things are right now in the first half of the month. And it's almost like this conversation of the future for you, Leo, is actually bringing something better in, or it's helping you manifest that future, and maybe together with somebody else. Or you're attracting kind of this soulmate energy, or this perfect match for you. Let's pull one more animal card for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ooh, that's way too many. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, again, sort of this energy of a lot of things coming at you at once. What are the messages for Leo? Wow, so we have the hawk and the bee. So there is definitely a message or a change that is happening for you. When I see hawk, it tells me that there is something that is going to be changing, and you might not even realize how exactly that is going to be impacting your life right now. But it's almost like by creating this vision of your future, you're somehow creating it. I would really work with the law of attraction or manifestation, especially around the new moon on the 16th in Scorpio. If you're trying to build a home or a family for yourself, or like that domestic partnership, something there I feel like it will be coming for you. And you do need to kind of shift your perspective. I was picking up on that with the Four of Cups here. You might not necessarily be seeing the whole picture. And hawk is a really powerful totem or spirit to connect with or channel when you need to gain a different perspective on something, or gain a higher perspective and see the bigger picture. You do also have bee, which tells me there may be some stinging remarks or words, but honestly, the way I'm actually interpreting this is like you're creating something sweet. You're creating the honey that will feed you in the future, and you're working towards that. And I see this with the Ace of Coins. You might be getting a reward towards the end of the month, or it's going to be coming later on. But it's really important that you're just very diligent and that you keep your mind open here. I see a lot of beautiful blessings and a lot of joy and happiness coming for you, Leo. So I hope that gives you something to look forward to. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what it is you're trying to manifest. Maybe writing this out will be helpful to all of you. Maybe this is the perfect time to do that. I have my playlist for all the other readings for November if you want to look at your moon, rising, or Venus sign. And again, all my links are down below, and I will see you in the next video. Have a happy November, Leo.